Welcome to the Ho-Ho Show.
Rated the #1 most listened to podcast on Pluto. So join us now as we discuss news, politics, current events, and so much more. So clear the airwaves and strap in as we
defend the Constitution, because freedom matters.
Broadcasting live from the Kata Studio. So welcome to the Ho-Ho Show, and as always, I'm your host, Ho-Ho. So how y'all's doing? I hope you're doing good. I really do. I tell you what, there's been all kinds of stuff going on recently. We've got some stuff to talk about. We're going to be talking a little bit about Disney and the war on parents, the laptop from hell. We're going to be talking about the new face of Twitter, and also a little bit on Truth Social, I believe. The No Mask VP, also going to be touching base on digital dollar. But first, we're going to be covering Terry the Pterodactyl. You guys know how I like to start off this show. I like to start off with satire because for me, it's funny. News that ain't the news. That's where we like to go. But first, I gotta show y'all a little something. Take a look at this. For those of you that are seeing on the video platforms, I have and it's steaming even. Look at that. I have the brand new, courtesy of Skyscraper Vinyls and Brandon Gatton, host of the Machine Radio Show. And hello over there. Speaking of the devil, there he is. He appears. He says, silence. But check this thing out. The Ho-Ho Show on this side. We got that on this side. There you go. That thing is just absolutely I have liquid in it. I don't want to spill it. That'd be kind of bad to do that right over the keyboard. But, I got somebody else over here. Linda, how you doing? Linda says that Vector and Emo are here as well. That is amazing. Welcome over there in Spreaker land. Yes, that mug is awesome. That one is the stainless steel, the mugs. Okay, stainless steel. It's a 12-ounce mug. Customize all kinds of stuff we can put on that, and he does. Dude, I tell you what, this thing looks just beautiful. It really does. It is awesome looking. Ceramic. What else does a Skyscraper Vinyl do? Machine. I know those two, and I'm sure like travel mugs can be done as well. I mean, all kinds of stuff. And he's looking to do some more experimentation on that just to see other stuff that he can do over there at Skyscraper Vinyl. And hello, Josh, over there in YouTube land. Good to see you. Good to see you. So, yeah, dude, the mug is amazing. I'm loving that thing. It is very, very cool. Look at that. Oh, okay, there it is. Oh, there it is. All right. So let's go ahead and start off with this one. I seen this, and guys, I'll tell you what, I love satire stuff. I really did. And my go-to quote unquote news site for everything satire news is the Babylon Bee. I love the Babylon Bee. It's hilarious. It cracks me up. But here's this headline. Josh is cheating on the machine. You know, it happens. It's not cheating if it's... Never mind. But here is this headline. Father of 5-year-old pterodactyl finds it's not easy to get species-affirming care in America. Holy crap, who would have thunk it? You know what I'm saying? Who would have thunk it? I read this. I seen this article, and I'm like, okay, I've got to read into this. I have got to read into this. And I'll tell you what, here's one of the reasons why I do stuff like this. You know, yes, it's satire. Absolutely. But there's things in here that kind of get your mind going. And I'm sure that this is the reason why Babylon Bee does this, is because it points out how ridiculous things are. You know what I'm saying? It points it out and it takes it to a whole new level. You know, I mean, that's just more or less what they do at the Babylon Bee. They bump it up a few notches. But let's go ahead and get into this article. And of course, all of my articles, English, I'm telling you, sometimes I have issues. But all of my articles can be found over at thehoshow.com. Just click on that newsfeed tab and you'll see that. The articles are thrown in there and by dates and all that good stuff. You can find those over there. Flipboard, great place to go. Anyway. Local man and father of a 5-year-old trans pterodactyl, Bradley Mingustank. I know I'm butchering his last name, but I mean, that's a lot of letters. I mean, you can see that right there. Just M-I-N-K, stank and whatnot. Anyway, struggling to find the medical care his young dinosaur son needs. Very difficult to find species-affirming care in the United States. He says, seriously, it's 2022 and we still haven't figured out how to provide adequate medical care to children who think they're an extinct flying lizard? Yeah, it says that. So according to sources within the family, Madison's first discovered his true pterodactyl identity when he put on a Halloween costume and then refused to take it off. It was then his parents knew that he was a dinosaur trapped in a human child's body. Yeah. According to science, see, and this is where I'm telling you, this is where I'm telling you that this is where they make it, you know, they bring the ridiculous to light. You know, this is where they do it. Linda put in here, she goes, pterodactyls are trending now. 10-year-old toasters are passé. Guess I need to be checking into new wire affirming treatment. Yeah. That's awesome. I now identify as an extinct flying lizard. Yeah, that's hilarious. So, but here's where they point out the, you know, just the ridiculousness of it. Okay. The article continues. According to science, if someone thinks that they are something, then they are automatically that thing, and the whole world must pretend that they are that thing, or they'll die. That's just proven science," said Mingustank. Again, I know I'm mispronouncing his last name, but whatever. As he called a veterinarian to set up an appointment for his son. Yeah, he wanted to do that. But there is an update to this article. Unfortunately, Madison, he did change his mind on his decision to be a pterodactyl, and he is now a sea lion. So his parents are currently looking for a giant aquarium to keep him in. So if you know of anybody that has a giant aquarium just lying around big enough for a 10-year-old kid, I believe is what this, a 5-year-old, then, you know, definitely let Babylon Bee know. And I'm sure they can get that to his parents. That would be amazing. Yes, satire. It is absolutely satire, but it's funny. But that's the ridiculousness of the whole thing, though, isn't it? You know, but it's like, okay, we let children, you know, let me rephrase this. You know, they can't get a tattoo, can't get a piercing, can't do all kinds of things without parental consent. But yet, they're wanting teachers to be able to talk to your children about all of this stuff and educate them and allow them to get psychiatric treatment from a teacher whom is not a licensed psychiatrist on all of this stuff. And, because that's the, what the parental rights law is. And that's what it is. It's parental rights. It's not the don't say gay bill. It's the parental rights bill. But we'll get into that more later. We're not going to talk about that right now. Linda put in here, she goes, at 7, I went through a normal tomboy phase. Glad they did not do surgery on me over that one. You got that right. Just the ridiculousness of the whole thing. It's like, holy cow, kids are kids. That's just the best way to put it. Kids are kids. They're exploring who they are, what they are, and you're going to go through, you're going to allow a kid to do this in a time frame when they're trying to discover who they are, and you're going to give them, life-altering surgeries, hormonal treatments, all this other kind of stuff. And it's like, wait a second, don't you know that you're really doing harm to people? Apparently they don't care about that. All they're thinking about is one thing, but they're not actually thinking about the kids when they're doing any of this. That's just a fact of the matter. But anyway, I love the article. I thought it was hilarious. Continuing on. Now, this is something that I heard about quite a while ago. Josh puts in here, he goes, WTF, I'm rolling. LMFAO. I know, right? It's so ridiculous. And I tell you what, I'm actually surprised that we don't see this kind of stuff more. I really don't. I really am. I'm surprised because it's ridiculous. It's so ridiculous. But, how long until you have stuff? You got like furries, people whom wear the aminal, it's ridiculous. It really is. And I'm kind of waiting for, it's like a subculture kind of a thing, but I'm kind of like, how long before people identify as a cat? You laugh, but that's just how ridiculous things have gotten though, isn't it? It's hard telling, where's that line that they're going to draw before they're like, oh no, you can't do that. And then it's like, yeah. It's so ridiculous. And hello, M&C Family Homestead over there in YouTube land. Good to see. And yes, I am back on the YouTubers. I am finally through my strike, my 1 week so far, but I have ideas, actually. I do have ideas. See, I was looking in just to give you guys an update because, for those of you that are not subscribed to the newsletter, which the best way to do that is to head over to thehohoshow.com, scroll on down to the bottom of the scroll on down to the bottom of the page. You can see the subscribe to the newsletter. Just put your info into there, and this way you guys can be up to date on everything going on regarding the Ho-Ho Show and maybe even some stuff Weaponized Sloth Productions related. So yeah, just head on over there and do that. But so what happened was, I'm not going to go into a whole heck of a lot of detail. I'm going to try to keep this as narrowed and as focused as I possibly can. Okay. And I have thoughts and I have ideas, and we'll get into that. Oh yeah. I last week, Trip, I was banned, and therefore the show that I did last week did not go on YouTube. However, it did go on Facebook and Twitter for the video side of it. So, that was kind of cool on that one. But anyway, I had a few weeks ago, the Control was the name of the show, which you can still catch that again on Facebook, because the only place that it was actually removed, and they removed it and gave me a warning for that one, was on the YouTube. It was still good on Facebook, and it was still good on, what's the other one? What's the other one that I'm on? Twitter. Yeah, it was still on there. No problems, no issues whatsoever. It was good to go. And then the very next week, I was like, okay, guys, you want to go that route. So let's go ahead and discuss this. So I went deeper into it. On the next one called what was that? Fact Check This, I believe was the title of that episode. And I got into some details on that one. You can check out those on the YouTube, or I'm sorry, not on the YouTube because they were removed, but you can check those out on, of course, on Spreaker and on everywhere that podcasts can be found. You can check that out on Twitter. You can check that out on Facebook, but those are the only places you can check that out on. And then I was looking into what we can do different. See, here's a problem when it comes to doing live streaming because, considering I multi-stream to, a couple different places, the YouTube, the Facebook, and the Twitter, it keeps analytics as a nightmare. Nothing is together. There's not a central place that it's done through. I got limited, analytics that is available through Restream, which is what I use to stream to the multiple platforms. However, that's very, very limited, and it's only limited to, what goes on during the live stream itself. Once it's done, it doesn't keep track of anything. So unlike Spreaker, because Spreaker is amazing, okay? Because it propagates your podcast on all kinds of different platforms. Like, guys, there are platforms that I am on the podcast side that I don't even know where they're at. I don't know. You can go to thehoshow.com, and on the homepage, there's links to all the places that I know I'm on. But those are just the ones that I know of. That's not all of them. Because there's all kinds of places that it goes to that like I said, I don't even know. I missed this when Linda put in here. She goes, "We will soon see people walking the street in full animal costumes. It makes me wonder, oh my God, what would the fox say?" That's awesome. That's a good one. I like that one. But anyway, with YouTube, everything that goes out in podcast land, it comes back to Spreaker because it's my hosting platform. Everything reports to, where the original RSS feed is coming from. Therefore, it's amazing, And Trip puts in here, good, it needs to be heard around the globe. Absolutely. And it is. I've looked at my Spreaker stuff on where the show is listened to, and all kinds of places that I wouldn't have even thought, people would be listening to it as, or at. It's very neat, actually. It really is. And welcome to all those places around there. And y'all's too, yeah. But, I don't know why my brain does that. So having a place where everything comes from to report your numbers and analytics makes it better, makes it really, really easy. You know what I mean? And right now on the video side, I don't have that. But there was a place that I was looking at going to, and we had issues like right off the bat because the first thing I did, and that's Vimeo, vimeo.com, Vimeo.com. I went there and I'm like, I put, Control on there, which is the first video that got removed. I put that on there, and Vimeo immediately took it off. It wasn't even up for 5 minutes before they took it down. They're like, nope, you can't do that. And it's like, and here's the part that aggravated me. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this. I'm going to go quick. But here's the part that was aggravating to me. It's like, here they claim one thing and then they do something else. That's, it's like, oh, we don't want misinformation to be out there. But it's like, dude, look, this is court cases. This is proven things that was going on. Like, this isn't misinformation. Like, this is factual information that I'm giving you. You don't like it. You removed it because you don't want the truth to be propagated out there. You want to limit free speech, which, is like, whatever. I don't like that. That's the thing that is irritating to somebody is you can't call it fact checking if all you're doing is perpetuating a narrative. You can't call it that. Let's be what it is. This is the thing that, about the censorship that's always annoyed me. It's like you call it misinformation, but it's not misinformation. You just don't want the truth to be told because it goes against the narrative that you're wanting people to believe, and that's why it's annoying to people on the right. That's exactly why it's annoying. If you're going to call it this, call it this. If it ain't that, call it something different. If it, just be honest with people. Why can't you just be honest with people? Trip put in here, that's what happened when I made Second Amendment t-shirts. They said I was inciting violence and removed my designs. Exactly. You know, I mean, this is the kind of stuff that you have. They don't want freedom. They don't want freedom. Anyway. So I put it on Vimeo, and with Vimeo, you know, it's a service you pay for. So it's not a free service like what YouTube, Facebook, Twitter is. I mean, they make you pay for the censorship you get on Vimeo. You know, they have a cheap one, you know, but you can't do anything. And for Weaponized Sloth Productions, it's like $75+ a month in order to do the live streaming option. That may sound kind of high, but I mean, let's just be honest, guys. Okay. Everything involved in doing this, okay, on the hardware side with streaming, hard drives, having it accessible on the interwebs, all this kind of stuff is expensive. Okay. So any place you go to that is a new up and comer, something like that, you know, you're going to have to pay for them. And that's just the fact of the matter. But here's one of the things that Vimeo offers that nobody else does. Because through Vimeo, you can stream to other services. Yeah. That's actually kind of freaking cool. You know, you can stream to Facebook, to Twitter, to YouTube. You can do all that through Vimeo. So that's the same type of a thing that Spreaker is doing, because everything is being propagated from one hosting platform on the audio side, and having that option on the video side is amazing. I thought that was so cool. But now, and I have ideas on how to get away with certain things, because I know that they didn't watch the video that they went ahead and banned immediately. I know they didn't watch it. They didn't have time. You didn't have 5 minutes to go through a 2-hour-long video. You didn't have that. So I know that they just looked at my description and said, we're removing this. I know that's what they did. So that's my kind of like, Machine put in there and goes, I don't care enough. Don't care enough about what? I actually kind of, it's just for the aspect of selling your show, selling it to advertisers and try to make money off of it in some way, shape, or form. The only way to do that is be able to sell your numbers, to show your numbers, have something there that is tangible that you can look at and say, here's my numbers, all in one site. Here's the analytics. There you go. So that's awesome. And that's why I'm like, I want to do this. I want to do this from a site that I can. And unfortunately, the only one that seems like they're doing this right now is Vimeo. And there is actually another aspect of this, because I do, like the website that I have, the hohoshow.com, is through GoDaddy, in which case there's only two places that GoDaddy allows you to, put videos on there from, and that's YouTube and Vimeo, and that's it. They don't, like I couldn't put a Facebook video on my GoDaddy website. It doesn't allow that. It just doesn't allow that. So, but yeah, anyway, moving on. Linda put in here, a friend of mine knows someone, excuse me, who got banned for saying men cannot get pregnant. How ridiculous is that? How is this misinformation unless I missed something in biology class? You got that right. Exactly. Oh, that's misinformation to say that men can't get pregnant. It's like, dude, okay. And here's the thing. I listen to, like, guys, I hate the ticker talkers. Okay. I hate the TikToks. It is a time killer. Holy crap. Trip, I hope so too. I hope you can find a freedom-based platform soon, and man, do I ever hope I can find that as well. I'll have to change your name from Ho-Ho to Zinger. That's funny. That's funny. But, how is that misinformation? Yeah, but here's the thing, though. Looking at, it's like, okay, you got the LGBTQ community, okay? Even they know that there's only two genders. Even they know that. You know, that's the ridiculous thing. You want to know how I know that they know? I mean, granted, I mean, it's obvious, but what's the B stand for in LGBTQ, QR plus? It's bisexual. So right there, you're acknowledging that there's only two genders. I mean, isn't that kind of obvious? I mean, it's right there in their name, you know? Just throwing that out there. Anyway, moving on. This article is, okay, granted, this next article is a commercial for a product. But, however, the information found in here is very, very intriguing. This article, or at least this, whatever you want to call it, from American Heritage Gold, Biden signs an executive order for digital dollar. Will cash be wiped out? On March 9th, Joe Biden signed an executive order calling on the government to research the development of a digital dollar. Biden warns that Biden wants, I can read, I really can. Biden wants the U.S. to follow in China's footsteps by creating a digital dollar and transition away from paper money. Now, here's the thing, guys, all right? And then they start getting into the whole, we're going to sell you gold. Because the price of gold has gone up. It's at the highest price that it's ever been in years. Guys, let me tell you something. Gold is not at the highest price it's been for years. That's actually a mischaracterization of what's going on. And I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, how is that possible? I mean, I watch gold and the price is up. It's holy crap. It's up, it's up, it's up. And you're right in a matter of speaking. But you're also wrong. Because gold isn't up. They call it the gold standard for a reason. It's a precious metal. It pretty well stays stagnant on what its pricing is. That's why they call it the gold standard. What's happening is that the value of the USD has gone down so much that it is at the lowest point that it has been in years. And you know what Tripp puts in here? Just give us all monopoly and be done with it. Why don't ya? And you know what? That's pretty much where we're at right now. I mean, guys, I have heard some very troubling things about what is going on in the world stage. One of which being, you know, with this whole Russia-Ukraine thing, with the sanctioning of Russian oil, and with what the European Union and China is doing, as in they are selling the oil, you know, and this is what was going on. They're selling their oil now, not with USD. Putin said, if you want my oil, and Russian oil, you know, not that it's any faster than anything else, but it is Russian, you know, so I mean, it's got to move you quick. You know, it's got to be faster than US oil. It's Russian. It's in the name. Anyway. Like over 50% of the European oil consumption. There we go. I'll find a good way to word this. You know, so Russian oil accounts for over 50% of the oil consumed in the European Union, in Europe. Okay. So they're kind of stuck on they need Russian oil. And why are they stuck on that? Well, simply put, because, well, Biden, in bolstering Russian oil, put a huge kick in the teeth to U.S. oil by shutting down all kinds of stuff. So, yeah, they're now dependent on it. And so, you know, that's just the thing, you know. I ain't saying it. I ain't saying that at all. Machine's picking on me. He put stuff in the chat. He's like, repeat, say it. I ain't saying it. You can't make me. Anyway. But that's what's going on, though. Okay? But they are trading. This is the thing that Putin did. You want our oil, and of which case, you know, thanks to Biden, They've kind of made it to where more people are now dependent upon Russian oil. That if you want our oil, sanctions be damned. We're not going to be limited and restricted by these sanctions that Biden put on us. If you want our oil, which you do, you need it. We know this. We're not idiots. We did this for a reason. And Biden was nice enough to allow this to happen. Then you're going to take our oil and you're going to like it. And if you want our oil, you are going to pay for it in Russian money. I forget what the name of it is, but it's Russian money. It's really fast moving money. So now they're buying their oil, bypassing the sanctions by not even using the USD as their trading currency. And if more countries follow suit on this, like what it looks like is kind of happening, because you're seeing, these backroom deals getting made all over the place to where people are no longer using the USD as their, Linda put, only rubles accepted here. Exactly. Oh, rubles. It is rubles. Okay, cool. I did not know. I didn't remember. I have a hard enough time knowing what the USD is, but anyway, or what American money is, because it's monopoly money. But if more countries follow suit in this, then that means that the stockpiles of USD that a lot of countries have for the sake of trading goods between one country to another, then that means that these countries whom depended upon USD for trade is going to be getting rid of their stockpiles of currency, and that money is going to be coming back home. You think inflation is bad now? Wait till all the USD is back in America. Wait till all them currency notes, wait till all that monopoly funny money is back home. You think inflation is bad now? It's about to get so much more worse. Oh, yeah. And here's the thing, too. See, this whole Russian-Ukrainian thing, okay, it has really shined a light on digital currency and banking. No. Machine puts in here, he goes, you can pay. Never mind. I'm not even sharing that one. I am not. No, I'm not. But anyway, what's been going on over there has really shined a light on what is possible. Because what did you have over in Russia? And no, worser is definitely not a word, but I like throwing more worser in there because it just it shines a bigger light on just how much worser things that are bad are, and it's amazing. But anyway, with what has been going on, it really shows just how much control a nation has over the buying power of the citizens. They shut down banks. They shut down the interwebs. They shut down all kinds of things. And then you have this article from, March 9th, Joe Biden signing the executive order that they are wanting to develop a digital dollar. They are wanting to get away from paper money. And I mean, here's the thing, guys. We more or less live in a cashless society now. I mean, you think about it, most of our transactions are done, whether it be interwebs, with purchasing stuff online, which has gone up tremendously since the COVID, for the past 2 years. And, even out and about, most people just don't carry cash because it's so much easier to just swipe your card, to insert your chippy chip or do your swipey swipe. It's just so much easier. Most people have gone to that. So, I mean, we pretty much do, I don't want to call it a digital currency, but I mean, we are a cashless society. So we're putting all the hands, we are putting all of the all of our purchase information out there as it is already. And that's what's going on. And with having a digital dollar, because it's one thing for, your ones and zeros, your currency that is at the bank. Yes, they can see your transactions. They know where you're spending your money. And yes, it is of, the USD, but yet it's not attached to them. So, the federal government doesn't see that. So, they got a huge amount of pushback whenever it came to, banks reporting $600 purchases to the IRS. Trip puts in here, so much closer to the implant. You got that right. Oh, and I watched something that was like a wow kind of a thing, and this was a car, a magnetic key entry type of a thing is what they did. They did something to take the, more or less I guess it was an RFID that was on a card. They took it off the card and they just waved it in front of it. They put it on something different. I forget what it is that they put it on. An RFID to, more or less a keyless entry vehicle. And they put it up against it and the vehicle opened up. And they were like, gee, they're pretty close right now to being able to put this as an implant, and you don't even have to have a key fob. As long as you don't get your hand cut off, you can still get in your vehicle. And Family Homestead, you're absolutely right. Said, live like I do and trade and barter. And you know what? That's what people are going to be going to. When this actually happens, because is what they're wanting to do. This is what it amounts to, okay? They want to have full control over how you spend your money. Oh, you said something that we don't want you to say. Well, we are going to suspend your ability to buy goods, to go to the store, pay bills. Instead of a bank just being able to see it and a bank having to report your spending habits, having this digital dollar will put full control over what you do, what you buy, in the hands of the federal government. Absolutely right, Trip. Start picking your colonies. Y'all, it's time. Absolutely. But they want full control over what you buy. Oh, you're a company that doesn't want to, work the way that we want you to work, kind of like Hobby Lobby or some of the other ones that have kind of gone against the machine. Oh, well, you can't spend money there. You like Black Rifle Coffee Company? Well, you can't buy their coffee anymore because they are not an approved company. Oh, you said the wrong thing on social media. You spoke out against the government. We don't like what you said about Hunter Biden or Joe Biden or, pick your topic. Oh, you can't buy goods anymore. You are now suspended from being able to buy anything for however long they decide. That's your punishment. That's what they want. They want full control over how you spend your money, what you spend it on. And it gets even worse. Oh, you're going to a gun shop and spending money. Can't do that no more. Oh, yeah. They'll stop your purchases. They want full control. It's the nanny state. That's what we're looking at here. This should terrify everybody. Homestead put in there, it'll happen in a short time. You're right, it will. Out of necessity, it absolutely will. or at least out of the necessity that they think that it is. And with me talking about, we're moving on from this one, with me talking about the, all right, social media, okay, with all of its glory and luster and puke face. You know, I'm sure that y'all have heard about Truth Social, I believe is what the name is. And this headline out of, no thanks, out of Washington Examiner. Well, let me go ahead and pull that one up for you. When Trump condemned the media, never mind. This is the wrong headline. All right, so you know what? Never mind. This is a different headline. When Trump condemned the media, it was a threat against democracy. But when Biden does it, it's like, yeah, the double standard is holy cow. Well, yeah, Machine, you got a point, you know, but, you know, even still, you know, yeah, you can buy a crack pipe, and that is a perfectly acceptable purchase to be made with your money. However, you can't buy ammunition or a gun. You know, you can buy a crack pipe, which is your right. It's your constitutional right. And exactly, Trip, that is exactly where I was going for. Isn't Truth only for iPhones? Yes. It has not been released onto onto Android yet. You know, that's one of them things that they were looking at, but they hadn't gotten that far yet, you know. But you know what? We are going to go ahead and take a break. And when we come back, we are going to go ahead and talk about that, because I kind of jumped the gun on going into it. We're not going to start on that just yet. We will do that on the other side of this break. So just a couple minutes, guys, and I will be right back. This is William Dawn Show.
You are correct. You are correct. You are correct. You are correct.
Do you love your occasional Mexican dish or your musical fruit? Are you tired of walking by family members and crop dusting them? Well, if this has ever happened to you, might I introduce you to Tampon's brand butt plugs. Tampon's brand butt plugs is that particular type of butt plug that allows you to walk in public in confidence knowing that you're not going to accidentally crop dust somebody. Tampon's brand butt plugs now with the plastic applicator.
Not just for women anymore.
Tampon's brand butt plugs. And we are back. YT music, huh? What you talking about, Willis? That is music that was done out of Music Maker Jam. Absolutely. That's pretty much all I use. I like Music Maker. It's the commercials for me, says Trip. Absolutely. Man, I tell you what, them things are amazing. And I do. I've got so much more that I'm needing to do, so many more. And even some video commercials that will be coming. I promise you, they will be. The Communion 2.0 forgiveness on the go is coming. It will happen this spring sometime, I am sure. Whenever it is convenient to, for Brandon of the Machine Radio Show to do some stuff with little to nothing apparel on. All right, we are going to continue. So as I was talking about a little bit before the break, talking about Trump's social media, Truth Social, this headline out of BBC News. Let me go ahead and pull that up. Of course, Trump's Truth Social app branded a disaster. Well, here's the thing. You want to know why it was branded a disaster? This is something that y'all might actually kind of know already, but it's a disaster because they only did it on iPhone. That's it. I'm not saying, okay, let me just go. I'm not saying that iPhone is bad, Android is good. But there are some very prominent, psychological differences between Apple and Android. With Apple, for the most part, it's one size fits all. One Apple phone is the same as any other Apple phones. There are some variable differences, but for the most part, they all act the same. They all do the same stuff. They're all, it is what it is. You get what you got, and you ain't getting any more. Okay? And I agree with you, Trip. Android is better. Yes, exactly. But with Android, no two Androids are the same. There are as many variations of Android as there are people out there using their devices because of how customizable they are. Think about it this way. Android is more of a community think, kind of a phone. One size fits all. It's made pretty easy. There you go. Android, there's a little bit more of a learning curve into it. There's different ways of doing things and several different ways you can do the same thing, depending on what it is that you're doing. So it is more unique. It is more of an independent, a personal type of a thing. It's something that iPhone can't say. So for the most part, when you're talking group think, what do you think of? I don't know about you, but whenever I'm thinking of group think, I'm pretty much thinking Linda put in here, he goes, I use Android. Apples often have worms. That's awesome. And Homestead puts in here, y'all take care. Got to put the aminimals up. Well, awesome. You have yourself a great one, sir, and I do appreciate you stopping by. Take care of them aminimals, and I'll see you next time. So awesome. Let's get back into this one. But just one of those differences between, when you think of community speak, that's kind of what the left is all about, community think. They don't want you to be an independent thinker. They don't want you to be an independent person. It's okay that you can think whatever it is that you want to think. That's fine as long as you think just like we all think and we tell you to think. Otherwise, thinking on your own, just don't be doing that. They don't want critical thinkers out there. They want group think, the group mindset. They want a hive mentality. It's easier to control people whenever they have a hive mentality. It is what it is. And hello, Brian, over there in YouTube land. Good to see you. He says, what up, ho-ho? Not much, man. So, yes, for the most part, Android is going to be catered more towards, not saying that there aren't those of either political side that are using either one of these phones, but I'm just saying, and I would actually like to take a poll on this because now I'm actually kind of curious. Now that I'm thinking about it, I'm kind of curious on this. On the political side, do you use Apple? Do you use Android? How politically leaning are you? To the right, to the left? Which way is it? I'm kind of curious now that I'm thinking about this, but for the most part, group think that's more of a left kind of a thing. Individuality is more of a right kind of a thing. So yes, True Social only being released on Apple, if it was something that was more right leaning, was kind of a bad move for Trump to have done. Especially considering whenever you're talking about Apple having full control over everything that goes on, there's all kinds of things. You can only get onto an Apple device if Apple says you can. Whenever it comes to an Android device, it doesn't matter if Google puts you into the App Store or not. You can still get onto an Android phone. All you got to do is make that app. And all you got to do is put that app somewhere for people to find it on the interwebs as an APK. And then using that APK, you can download that to your phone and install it onto it. It doesn't have to go through the Google Play Store. It's an open source kind of a thing. It's made for people that like to break the mold a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, whenever I heard that Truth Social was only going to be on Apple, my first immediate thought was, that was kind of stupid. I have made fire, big fire. What are you talking about? Sometimes that man confuses me. But yeah, and speaking of social media platforms, I am sure that y'all have heard about what is going on at Twitter. Because holy cow, has Elon Musk made waves. Let's just put it that way. Trip puts in here, Apple is a money marketing ploy to become obsolete constantly in order to force people to upgrade constantly, whereas Android typically will last much longer with no issues. My experience anyway, and you know what? That's been my experience too. And you know what? It's proven. That's been absolutely proven. Because what what Apple is notorious for doing is they'll do a firmware update on their old model to limit its performance. Not that there's anything wrong with the phone, but that's what they do. Linda put in here, Elon has given me hope, and you have got that right. But that's what they do though. And this been proven. In fact, I think there was a lawsuit against Apple not that long ago for doing just that. For limiting the performance, the battery life, how quick, things load and internet browsing. Everything. It just, it throttled them way back, but that's what they did with their, with their update. They give you a new update, and the next thing you know, performance drops way down because they want you to spend the money and get the next great phone. Guys, when it comes to phones, I don't buy nothing new. I don't buy anything new. It has been a long time since I have bought a new phone. And actually, I'm not even talking a newer model phone. I'm talking a new phone in general, because what I've been doing for like the past, 10 plus years when it comes to phones, I buy a couple models back and I buy refurbished phones. It saves me a butt ton of money. I'm not extending a contract. I don't have a contract. You know, I buy the phone, I buy it outright, and I put it on the service that I have that I'm using, and that's how I go about it. I don't buy a phone. I don't have a contract, you know, and I don't get newer phones. And you know what? I'm perfectly fine with an older phone. So what if I don't have the newest, biggest, baddest, you know, whatever? And it's kind of amazing what they've been doing with cell phones recently. You know, fold them things in half. Holy crap, that's cool. I like it. But I'm not buying it. No, I don't want to spend that kind of money on a brand new phone. Mine didn't even cost me $200. And it's an S9, a Samsung Galaxy S9, refurbished. It's amazing. But anyway, Elon Musk is making waves. I mean, holy crap, this was absolutely amazing. Now this is something that he has been hinting about for I guess some times with some of the tweets that he's been talking about, or some of the tweets that he's been tweeting about, some of the things that he's been tweeting about on the Twitter Paces. You know, not to be confused with Twitter Pated, Twitter posts, Twitter tweets, you know, Twitter thingies. You know, he's been talking about how people feel about Twitter, how people feel about, you know, their censorship, the freedom of speech, different things of that nature, and would it be better if different things were implemented? And so is what happened was Elon Musk, and I don't have a date on when he actually did this, but Elon Musk purchased 9.2% stake in Twitter. And this is amazing because he became the largest single shareholder in Twitter. And then according to this article, let me find it. Nope, that one's not it. This is from CNBC. Twitter shares close up 27% after Elon Musk 9% stake in social media company. Did you hear that? Twitter shares went up 27% after he bought 9% stake. English, do you speak it? Yes. Well, not very well. But yeah, I kind of speak English, you know. Linda put in here, I save money by buying slightly outdated phones that are compatible for track phone. Absolutely. You know, and that's the way to go about it as far as I'm concerned. You know, I buy outdated stuff. I buy older. I buy almost as new as I can, or at least I'll have a price point that I'm willing to spend. And then I'll buy the most expensive phone I can within that price point that's refurbished, which, you know, that's just how I do it. I like it that way. But Elon Musk is definitely, I mean, oh yeah, we got to love pop-ups over there. He is definitely making waves. Holy crap. People are getting scared. You know, I mean, let's just face it. People are getting scared. Okay. Because, and I love this article from Fox News. Elon Musk mocks Washington Post after op-ed calls to prevent rich people from controlling media platforms. Holy crap. What are you talking about, rich people controlling media platforms? Mark Zuckerberg, hello. He's a guy that's got quite a bit of money. He controls Facebook. What, is it okay for, you know, that guy to control social media, but it's not okay for Elon Musk to control social media? You still have a guy who's controlling social media. Trip puts in here, be afraid, be very afraid, because, dude, this guy is looking to make waves. He didn't just buy this, you know, by controlling shares in Twitter just to say, you know, just for bragging rights. He didn't do that. I am having issues. Holy cow. Let me take another drink. I got a frog in my throat or something. Ribbit. But he did this to make waves. I mean, let's just be honest here. He did this to upset the status quo. And I had read an article, and let me see if I can flip through and maybe find it. I couldn't even tell you where I seen this out of. I don't know if it was the Red State. I don't know. It's in here somewhere. It really is. But holy cow. Oh, that's definitely the wrong one. But it was talking about how this journalist, he was writing a story, and he was talking about, with Elon Musk buying the majority, or being the majority single shareholder in Twitter, that this is something that he pointed to in an article a while back ago, that what we need to do isn't start a new platform. It's basically put money in a pool, conservatives, because there are conservatives out there that's got monies, put it into a pool, put it into a GoFundMe, what have you, and buy controlling stocks in a social media platform. And then you can make all kinds of ways. Holy crap. But that's what he put in here. And then here you have it. And this was a while back ago. I seen a date on this, but it was definitely before, all this with Elon Musk happened, that he actually made this original idea. That's what needs to happen. And here you have Elon Musk basically doing just that. Somebody whom is I don't want to say he's a conservative. Yeah. All right, guys, you know what? We are going to take a quick break because I apparently need to wash this frog down my throat because, fly sucking kills, and that thing is stuck like right there, and he won't go anywhere. And I don't know what the deal is. Oh, heck yeah, Trip. That is hilarious. That puts in here, dude, that would be amazeballs. I love that one. That's awesome. Let's get Duck Dynasty on board. Absolutely. Can you imagine them guys being in control of a social media platform? That would be absolutely hilarious. I might have actually got that sucker on this one. I might have. But anyway, I'm going to take a quick break, get a drink, get this thing washed down, and I'll be right back. Don't go nowhere. We got more stuff to talk about on this one. Do you work at any of the myriad of jobs where you might have to sit on your bum all day? Well, if so, maybe you know what it's like to suffer from the condition known as swamp ass. Well, if so, have I got the solution for you.
Anti-monkey butt powder.
That's right.
Anti-monkey butt powder.
You can use it indoors, outdoors, work or play, or on any occasion when you sit on your bum all day. Don't let your buns get red. Use anti-monkey butt powder instead. Available wherever anti-friction powder is sold. All right, and we are back, and holy crap, did I ever cut that one short. I ended up getting a visitor while I was away getting me drinkage. You know, little light knocking SOB over there. And he brought a fur puppy over too. Little beautiful, what kind of dog is that? Pit? Heck yeah. I love pits. I won't put the camera on you, but you can come over here and sit down if you want to. I won't put the camera on you, I promise. I don't do that on people just out of, sure. Because this camera right here, we can't be showing that when he gets over there. Let me get off of it because he's about in there. So I turned it off, so he's not on camera. So, okay. little fur friend over there. So, yes, as we were talking before I so rudely got interrupted by coughing fit, I think I got the frog down now, so. Oh, yeah. But Elon Musk. Now, here's my thing when it comes to social media. They claim to be a platform and they operate as a publisher. They claim that they want, freedom. That's what the whole thing is supposed to be, a free exchange of information and ideas. That's what it is intended to be. Hence the platform. They are not legally liable, no liability on anything that is put on there. And it's already been proven that nothing that they fact check is not actual fact checkers, and I know the whole thing of, it's a privately owned company, which it is not, as a publicly owned company. Therefore, if you have shares in Twitter, then that makes you a partial owner, and of which case you owned it. But anyway, that's not even the argument here. They're calling themselves a platform. Words matter. Words mean things. A platform means that you are not picking and choosing the content that is being put up on that site. And because of that, you are free from legal backlash of anything that is on your site, and anything outside of promoting, advancing, showing illegal activity should be allowed. Excuse me. Blech. Still have that frog in there somewhere, apparently. But a publisher, on the other hand, they pick and choose the content that goes on their site. Okay? BBC, CNN, all these different news organizations out there, the Peacock, the whatever, CSNBC. Man, this is not a, man. But anyway, that's the difference between one and the other. So, if you're going to have, or if you're going to claim to be a that, then do that and do the other. And there you go. That's all I'm saying. Okay. We have drugged that horse around the square several times. That is a Christian County inside joke that we are not going to get into on that one. But that is, I've drugged that horse around the square numerous times. That sucker's dead. That's all there is to it. Here in Christian County, we don't beat a dead horse. We drag it around the square. Anyway. Man, holy crap. But Elon Musk, man, he's going to be making waves. And he got into this thing with that in mind. Why would he spend, $2 billion? Which, according to one of the articles, is about what I think he spent. It was like $2.8 billion worth of shares is what he bought. Holy crap, that's a lot of money. Not the drug horse. Nope. No, yeah. Man. Thank goodness for the mute button, let me tell you. Whew. Let's see. I'm looking in this article to see if it shows a dollar amount. I read that somewhere. I've got quite a few different articles in here on the Elon Musk thing, and yeah. Ooh, the stake is worth $2.89 billion based on Twitter's closing price Friday. So I don't know if, oh, wow, 73 million. That's okay. Here we go. Let me show you this one. Here we go. Let me show you this one. This is from the CNBC article, the thing that I showed you. On this key point right here, the first one, Musk owns 73,486,938 shares of Twitter, which represents 9.2 passive stake in the company. According to whatever, the stake is worth $2.89 billion based on Twitter's closing price on Friday. Holy crap, that is issues coughing my head off. That's what that is. That's what that represents. Holy crap. Trip puts in here, goes, only a Taylor villain. Taylor Villians will get that one. Yes. Man, how long ago was that? I don't even remember. I know that was that's been some, it's been a few years. It's been some time. But yeah, that's what man. Right? Yeah. Yeah, that was good times. Well, not for the horse. That was that was bad. That was a bad joke. And yes, Musk definitely left a mark. The late 90s is when that happened. You know, and I think you're right. Like late 90s, early 2000. Yeah, right around that time frame. I think you're right. I absolutely think you're right. Because that was like after we started hanging out, and that was like 90, 98, 99, I think, is whenever we started hanging out. So, I mean, late 90s, early 2000s. So, I mean, it's been some time. That's been a couple years ago, guys. I'm showing my age. Am I showing my age? I apologize about the coughing fits. I really do. I got tired of muting the phone a little bit. Muting the phone. I'm not on the phone. Muting the mic. There we go. I can talk. Really, I can. I graduated in 01. And did it happen prior to that or after that? I'm going to assume that happened before that. So late 90s. So yeah. Okay, we'll go with that. Huh? We'll say 99 to be happy with it. Say 99. All right. That happened back in 1999. It was August. It was a bright sunny night. Yeah. In August. That's exactly when that happened. Prior, I believe. Okay, cool. I kind of figured since you late 90s, graduated in 01, so we'll go with that. We'll go with 1999 is when that happened. And I am not explaining that story because that was, I tell you what, we joke about it. In the T-ville area, we joke about it. Why? Because it was so, like, it was wrong. Let's just put it that way. Tripping in here. I've been coughing more than usual because of my new vape, wattage law. So that's my excuse. That's a good excuse. I like that because I'm actually on a new flavor too. I do the Cloud Nerds Iced is what I use, and this is a sour watermelon strawberry, amazing flavor. This stuff is actually pretty stinking good. I like it. I dig it. It's very, very cool. So you know what? That's a good thing. I'm going to use that one. But yeah, I mean that's just kind of what we do over here in T-ville. It's something that it was so outrageous, so infuriating by most of the town. There wasn't anybody I know of that was anything remotely to being happy about what ended up happening. And it was a tragedy on an epic scale. And it was just, we make jokes about it. We laugh about it. We make jokes about it because that's the only thing that we can do to keep from basically doing the same thing to the person that did it to the horse. That's more or less what that amounts to. We have to joke about it because if we don't, holy cow, it was a bad deal. That was definitely a bad deal. Let's see, what else we got in here? I actually think that pretty well covers what I was wanting to... Oh, yeah, there is one more thing I was wanting to cover. Holy cow. The one night I wasn't on the square. And you know what? We weren't either. And we were, dude, I was a certified square rat back in the day. I was a Taylor villain. I was a square rat, certified, bona fide, all them other fides. We were there from 7 at night till 7 in the morning. Yeah, like 7 at night till 7 in the morning on most days. And, that was one night that we wasn't there. And that had to have been a weekend, a Friday, Saturday, Sunday, something. But yeah, that was at one time, that one night where we wasn't up there either. And that was very unusual for us. And probably probably a good thing that we weren't up there. And I'm sure that there is a lot of people that were square rat Taylor villains back in the day that would say the same thing, that it is a good thing they were not up there, because, I tell you what, the majority of the people that we hung out with back then, not just in our core group, but also, with a couple of the other, especially the redneck group, most of them guys had to have been gone too, because I don't see one of them guys like Drew. Oh, there ain't no way that any of them guys would have stood for that. I mean, you're talking normally people that are very passive. They'll let a lot of things just roll, duck to water. But I mean, yeah, I tell you, man. All right, we're moving on from that topic. We're moving on. The blood's going to be starting to boil here any minute, and that's a bad thing, man. That's a bad thing. Moving on. Man, I hate coughing. I really do. I need to smoke another one. That's what I'm saying. So this article from New York Post says it was 2002 from a weird but true article regarding the horse. Did a fact check. That's absolutely hilarious. Do you remember the guy who drove his truck through the court? I remember that happening, but I don't remember who did it. And wasn't that the south side of the square, the guy that drove his truck through the front entrance, the front door? Was that the south side? That was the east side? Okay. He went through the east side. Yeah. Huh? He tried to turn south inside the building. Yeah. I do remember that happened, but I don't remember who did it. I don't. That was way too long. I have slept a time or two since then. Yeah, I got no idea. We're getting old. We ain't got the memory that we used to did. I mean, guys, dude, man.
I read just yesterday that the very first freaking Toy Story movie was 36 years ago.
Are you kidding me? The very first Toy Story movie was 36 years ago. Man. Does that just make you feel old or what? I mean, you got more gray than I got, but you know what? What's irritating to me, right? Yeah, he's got I remember that across from the lockup side, I believe. Yeah, I think you're right. But yeah, I mean, this is what's arguing. This is what is irritating to me, because I mean, like I'm still going through puberty. You know what I mean? I'm still going through it. All right. This is like no shaving for like almost a month and a half, 2 months. I mean, like, yeah, I am, dude. Okay. When I was a senior in high school, let me tell you a story. When I was a senior in high school, there was a guy, a freshman. I come to find out, a freshman. He had full on everything. I mean, he had the mustache, he had the goatee, he had the full on bearded experience, he had the Duck Dynasty thing going on as a freshman. And here I was, a senior. I ain't got jack diddly squat going on up in there. And I'm like, maybe when I reach 20, I'll get some facial hair. And then 20 rolls around and I still got like not even peach fuzz going on. And then I'm like, maybe when I get 25, and that didn't happen. I'm like, well, maybe when I get 30, that didn't happen. And I'm like, screw it, when I get 40, maybe, just maybe, it'll happen. No, now I'm like, maybe when I'm 60. I still ain't completely gone through puberty yet. My voice still cracks when I answer the phone. Hello? Hello? True story, man. I'm telling you. So I seen this freshman as a senior with nothing, not even peach fuzz really on my face, and he had a full-on Duck Dynasty going on. And I looked at him dead in the face. He was taller than I was. He was better than 6 foot. You know, he was 6'2", 6'3", easy. And I'm sitting at a towering 5'7". Towering above anybody that's like 5 feet or under. One day, Obi-Wan, one day. Yeah. I doubt it, man. Dude, yeah. But I looked this freshman dead in the face, Duck Dynasty, some SOB. I'm like, you pissed me off. I don't want to see you again. Get away from me. And I was dead serious. I don't know, I don't know, as the saying goes, who pissed in my oatmeal that day. I have no idea. But I looked at him, Peach Fuzz Senior, looking at a Duck Dynasty freshman, and I don't want to, no, just get away from me. You have no business being in my hallways. Get away. And that kid was, did you braid your pubes? Yes, I did. I mean, that was the only hair I had. Dude, I had somebody like Ermy Gurr, okay? I had somebody like stroke the whole beer hair. Let me try to not word that to where it sounds so bad. I had somebody, at least they weren't playing with my leg hairs, but they were stroking the beard hairs, and they were like, that kind of feels like a pube. And I'm like, one, how do you know what a pube feels like? And two, it actually is. Facial hair, technically speaking, is pubes because it does come once you reach puberty. Yeah, there are things wrong with us. This whole thing took a turn.
You're welcome.
Holy crap, yeah. You are number one in my book, sir. You know what? Was that?
I always have been.
You got to just, here, grab that mic. I won't put you on camera. Grab that mic.
Oh, shit.
No, yeah, this is happening, sir. This is happening. Put that thing right there. You go.
Right there, huh?
And if you want to, you can put them their headphones on, and this way you can hear things a little bit better.
I don't hear myself.
You don't want to hear yourself. Get closer to that microphone, man. You got to kiss that thing. Get right up on it. Just.
I don't
Oh my God. Be careful. I just wet myself.
It's all right. Kiss myself.
Hi. Hey. Never mind. That sounded bad. Okay, guys, this is holy cow, man. Trip Patinder's like, I can't right now. LMFAO. I know, right? I don't know what is going on with this show. I mean, we got Machine in here, just raising all kinds of cane. Just all kinds of. I forgot to shut that door. Holy crap! Look at that. That's all right though. It doesn't matter. It's good. There ain't no stuff going on. Guys. What do you think? You got anything to add about any of this crap going on? We got World War III coming. I heard something. Get on the camera, pansy. That's coming from the Machine. Brandon over there. I don't just make people jump on camera if they don't want to. It ain't like we're going to make them sign a waiver or anything. I don't care about that one. I mean, if I did an accidental button press, I'm not going to do it. I promise.
My ugly ass might break it.
Yeah, I know. I'm surprised it's still functioning with me on this camera because I have got a face for radio, guys. Let me tell you. Trip puts in here, goes, I think it's awesome. It's a freestyle squirrel brain night. Dude, freestyle squirrel brain, that is, that about covers it.
Our friendship right there.
Dude, you ain't kidding. But I seen something. Okay, we're going two different directions here because there was a. Oh, holy crap! This is going to get it. Now you got to get your headphones on. You got to get headphones on. Hello, Brandon, over there, and wherever you're at. You're on the air, man. You're live. You're in it. Are you there?
Hello.
It's wait here. Oh, hold on. I got this. You got to hit that unmute button. I got it. We're good now. You can speak.
Are you good?
I'm good. We got this.
Do you know how to run your own equipment now?
I have no idea how to run this is my first time, man. This is my first time.
He's winging it.
I am.
Wait a minute. How exactly am I getting heckled by the guy who won't get on camera?
Well, hey, he's got the right. You know, he's
I'm older.
by 2 days.
2 days.
Those 2 days are
I
important.
think it's because we're better looking.
That's true. I agree with that.
You saying I'm better looking?
Than me?
Said
Yeah.
me.
Oh, well, that's a given. But anyway, you know, we'll go to the thing that the thing that you commented on with the Segway, Johnny Segway.
Oh, yes.
That was absolutely hilarious. And Brandon, I know you have heard this story. But we decided we were going to go to the mall. Me, Psycho Bob, and Tinkerbell. Tinkerbell is our GBFF. Absolutely amazing guy. And now here's the thing. He was just getting off of night shift. So he had not gone to sleep yet. And we were in... Linda put in here, you got a 65-year-old woman who ain't even blushing. Oh, that's hilarious. But
I
we...
took that as a challenge.
No, behave. Hello, Rosie over there in Facebook land. Good to see you. Psycho Bob was cool too, yeah? Psycho Bob, that's who we got in studio right now, along with, what's that puppy's name?
His name is Buddy.
Buddy. All right, Buddy is, that's I tell you what, that's a pretty dog. But anyway, so what happened was, we all, you know, we slept good, you know, and we took off and went there like about what? We got there at like 10 o'clock. Something, 10 o'clock in the morning. He got off at like 6:30, 7-ish, whatever. He hadn't been to bed yet. We decided we're going to kidnap Tank and we're going up to the mall. So we go to the mall. And Linda put in there, try it, buddy. Bring it. That's a challenge accepted. If I have ever heard of a challenge accepted, that's it. But anyway, we decide we're going to the mall. All right. Now we walk into the mall. You got him and I. You got Psycho Bob and the Ho-Ho. Slept good. And then we got Tink sleep deprived. We walk in. We get to the main area after the the entrance. And he sees something that he thought, oh, this looks like fun. He sees a Segway. And his sleep-deprived mind goes, you know, this has got to be for customer use. I mean, it's just sitting there all party. I'm going to hop on this. And we're both behind him a couple steps, and we're like, ooh, no, this, let's see what happens. We were going to...
gonna be pissed, yo.
What's that?
Said Paul Blart gonna be pissed, yo.
Right? Oh, yeah. And he was. he was mad. Because, dude, oh, dude. He takes off, man. I mean, like, this is like the squirrel that had seen the nut. All right, this is... Excuse me. Oh, man, that was... Yeah, so... You know, this was like the squirrel that seen the nut in Ice Age, all right? This was like the focus that he had when he seen this Segway. He took off, man. I mean, he was gone. And we didn't have a lot of time to react to try to stop him. Not like we really wanted to stop him. I mean, because we really was like, ooh, we want to see what happened. You know, I mean, that's pretty much how...
That's exactly how it went.
That's how that went. I mean, it was like, you know, maybe we should stop him, but wait a second, this is going to be funny. So we decided, let's not. Let's just let this play out. Let's see what happens. And he jumps on that thing and alarm bells are going off. It's going wee wee wee. The Segway is shaking. I mean, it went in full vibrator mode, and it wasn't supposed to do that, you know. And he jumps off of that as quickly as he jumped onto it, and he I hate that coughing stuff. But he jumps off of that and just so offended. He was so offended that the alarms are going off, and he wasn't allowed to ride that thing. And Paul Blart, was standing there in the in his little cubicle area thing that was right there, like off to the side, and he was like, that's a good way to get kicked out of here forever. That was a good time. Oh man, that was funny. I don't even know what we were talking about in that post.
I don't remember.
It was
Pretty sure I've done quite a bit worse in the mall. I used to work there, but we won't get into that.
Right. Yeah, we've done all kinds of stupid things. We used to stand outside smoking, singing. Yep. People would actually go ahead.
Do you not remember the incident with the shit moose? The can that looks like a can of moose, but it's actually shit smell.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I was walking around the mall, leaving little dookie piles all over the place.
Yeah.
It seemed like a good idea at the time, especially in the elevator when that woman brought her kid in a stroller and drove through it.
Dude, I loved it whenever, because, Bobby and I, we used to be square rats from back in the day. Brandon and I, we used to work together at our favorite local grocery store, County Market, which is since went out of business back in the day. Trip puts in here, he's like, I just remember the nights with Sean Stevens and the trench coat mafias. Yep. Yep. But Brandon and I, we used to work together at County Market. We used to do, good grief, we used to do all kinds of crazy stuff. I mean, holy crap, we did. We, Linda got security footage videos.
I wish.
Oh, man, me too.
I wish we did.
That would have been hilarious. But we used to work together. And one of the things I used to do at County Market was like, I would, because we had to, as one of the, working late night, you had to reface the front wall. Brian puts in there and goes, since when did Brandon work? I know, right? We did a lot to try to get out of work.
Wait, hold on. Who said that?
Nobody. I can't repeat that name.
Who said that?
I can't repeat that name.
Who said that?
Bob?
I did not.
Oh yeah, okay. I'm sorry. That's a generic name.
Why does it always got to be Bob?
I don't know. We'll call him Tim. Tim said that. But anyway. Uh-huh. But anyway.
I'll find out.
All you gotta do is click on the thingy jigger. Oh yeah, you're using your phone to make this call, ain't you?
Yeah.
But I used to be behind the front wall, and I would fill it from behind. I like to work the wall from behind. That's how we operated back in the day. I worked that wall from behind. I'll play in that picture that was up with me looking all sexy, laying with the fireplace behind me. That was hilarious. But anyway, I worked the wall from behind. That's how I like to do things back in the day. And it was funny because when people were walking in, obviously I'm hiding behind a wall of products. Whether it be toilet paper, paper towels, canned goods, whatever was on the sale item at the time. That's what, I'd fill it from behind and make it look all pretty. And I would talk to people while I was behind the line, while I was behind the stuff. I would, people walk in and be like, hey, welcome to, Candy Market, how you doing? And I just talk to them, and they'd walk in and look everywhere. It's like, where did that voice come from? And it's like, holy crap, what's going on here? And I made all kinds of people question, their own brain, because they'd hear stuff and it's like, what's going on here? And we used to have fun. But what was funny, though, was whenever, customers would walk in, or when friends of mine would walk in and I'm behind the wall, they knew to look for me. So it's what they would do is they would pick up an item there in the front wall and they would have a conversation with this inanimate object. You know, they'd have a conversation with a can of corn instead of just looking at a wall and having a voice come back from the wall. They would just talk to this, you know, can of green beans. And so, you know, you get customers walking in that have no idea what's going on. See somebody standing there talking to a thing of green beans. We want to talk about the KY jelly. That was a different thing. And they were like, "Are you seriously talking to a can of green beans?" Like, yeah. Is something wrong with you? Well, you're hearing the green beans talking back, aren't you? And then I'd pipe up, "Yeah, I'm talking back." They're like, "What the heck?" Yeah, it was good times. Yeah, we used to do all kinds of stupid stuff whenever I worked there. Oh man.
That was like blowing up the parking lot.
We were so close to having the cops catch us making works bombs and some of the other.
Dry ice.
Oh, that was a dry ice. Well, we did a works bomb too, but that was a dry ice bomb. You know, that was we were so close. I'm like, we had blown up bottle in hand when a cop rounded the corner in his car. Okay. All right, well, guys, I tell you what, this has been fun. I do have to go ahead and let y'all go because I do got to say hi to Puppy, and it's about that time. So yeah.
Hey, just remember that's not your dog, so no peanut butter.
You are no fun, sir. That is, I want to make friends with this dog, and how else am I supposed to do it if because the dog likes peanut butter. The dog likes peanut butter, right?
I don't know yet. I hope not. Coming from you, no.
Every dog likes peanut butter. You know what, Alls? That's all we got time for today. The haunted grocery store, Linda put. That is absolutely right. So this show just went off the rails completely. This has been a squirrel show. Holy crap. All kinds of wow.
You're welcome.
Yeah, thank you. Brandon, let's have a little bit more information on these awesome, amazing cups. What are you thinking about charging for these puppies? Since I got you on here, I'm showing them on the camera, a little beautiful 12-ounce stainless steel white mug with stuff that I am coughing through now. What are you thinking about charging for these puppies?
Well, the stainless ones cost a little bit more.
Oh, okay. What are you doing on the ceramic ones?
I'll get back to you.
Okay. All right. Well, let me know.
I haven't crunched my numbers yet.
Okay. And if anybody's interested in those, you all can send me an email, hoho@thehohoshow.com, or how can they get a hold of you, sir?
Shirley, there's a website.
Your name is Shirley?
Yes.
All right, guys.
Facebook.com/skyscraper vinyl. The actual website is not done yet.
Okay.
So if you go to the link, you're going to get nothing but some weird little guy, holding a sign that says coming soon.
Right. I got you. All righty, sir. I appreciate it coming on. Y'all have yourself a great one and take care and love you. Bye-bye.
Oh, boy.
Okay, he is now out. All right, guys. You know what? Y'all have yourself a great one. This has just been a nice squirrel show. All kinds of fun on this one. So, y'all have yourself a great one. I do thank y'all for stopping by and listening to the madness. This is, I tell you what, these shows are fun to listen to after the fact.
Oh, I bet.
They really are. Just the squirrel moments going on. I'll be watching this one. I'm probably going to be laughing, I'm sure. So, yeah, guys, you know what? Y'all have yourself a great one. Let's get on out of here. Yeah. Whew. Till next time. This has been The Ho Ho Show. For more information, you can head to thehohoshow.com. And for the merchandise store, you can head on over to stinkpickle.com. That is stinkpikle.com. Until next time.